Good evening friends, this is Siddharth's Literature House YouTube channel. Today's topic is T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland MCQ question set 2. Set first, T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland MCQ set first already uploaded to my YouTube channel for preparing RPSC schools, lecturers and second grade examinations here. Let's see, first question is The Wasteland is written by T.S. Eliot in how many parts? Options are in 3 parts, in 5 parts, in 6 parts, none of the above. The Wasteland is written in 5 parts. Option second is correct answer here. The poem has 434 lines written by T.S. Eliot. The first part is The Burial of the Dead. Second part is A Game of Chess. Third part is The Fire Sermon. Fourth part is What the Thunder Said. And the fifth part is Death by Water. Let's see another question. The second question is what is the name of the character who comes with wicked pack of cards to prepare horoscopes? Who's that character who used tarot cards for telling horoscopes in the poem The Wasteland, in the first section The Burial of the Dead? Madam Society, Mrs. Potter, Madam Sweeney and Terraces. The best and right option is here. Option first, Madam Societies used wicked pack cards for preparing horoscopes for the people's telling the future. Next question. A question on third is April, the cruelest month that brings nature back to life after winter revives in the aged terraces. The Wasteland poem begins with the phrase April, the cruelest month. Such phrase has been taken by T.S. Eliot from very famous work of Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales. What does the April cruelest month refers to? The lost vigor of youth, a blend of barren desire and memory of past fulfillment, new enthusiasm to make the most of remaining years of life for sensuous pleasure, and the option fourth is rebirth of vitality and youth. The correct answer, April, the cruelest month that brings nature back to life after winter revives in the aged terraces. Option second is the best answer here. A blend of barren desire and memory of past fulfillment. Fourth question is which of the following cards were found in famous Clairvoyant's wicked pack of cards? Another question belonged to Madam Societies. That character in the first part of The Burial of the Dead used tarot cards for telling people's future. Telling people's future is illegal activity that time recommended by T.S. Eliot here. What type of pack of cards used by Madam Societies? Among these, the Financian Sailor, Belladonna Lady of the Rocks, Man with Three Staves, One-Eyed Merchant, the Hanged Man. Madam Society used all these tarot cards for telling people's future, preparing for their horoscopes. All these cards were used by her. The Financian Sailor, the Belladonna Lady of the Rocks, Man with Three Staves, One-Eyed Merchant, the Hanged Man. Let's see another question. Question fifth. The Sibyl at Cumae of the Latin epigraph of the Wasteland, but old but not altogether dead, alive but worse than dead, appears in the poem Edge. Who are these characters? Belong to such Latin epigraph. T.S. Eliot used such Latin epigraph, the Sibyl at Cumae, for which characters? What are that characters? His great poem, The Waste Land. Who are there? Terraces, the Fisher King, Madam Society, Mary, and Stetson. The Sibyl at Cumae of the Latin epigraph of the waste land, old but not altogether dead, alive but worse than dead. For these lines, for these quotations, epigraphs has been used for Terraces and Fisher King, both that are characters. Old but not altogether dead, alive but worse than dead. Question 6 is the waste land the title of the poem signifies. The poem Wasteland has been written by T.S. Eliot. This poem has 434 lines. In 5 sections, the poem has been completed by him. The title of the poem, The Wasteland, what does it signify here? Among these options, the first option is spiritual and moral barrenness of modern civilization. Option second is dullness of 20th century literature. Option third is disaster consequences of war. Option fourth is the infertile land of Israel, Thebes and Europe. The title of the poem, The Wasteland, clearly signifies here the spiritual and moral barrenness of modern civilization. Option first is best answer here. Option first is best answer here. Spiritual and moral barrenness of modern civilization. Let's see another question. Image identifications. Question number 7 is belong to image identifications. Let's see what type of image is given here, and we have to identify this tarot card. This tarot card is belong one of the one-eyed merchant, Belladonna, the hanged man, the Phoenician sailor. This question is belong to another from the section The Bureau of the Dead and related to the character of Madam Society, who used wicked pack of cards for telling people's future, preparing their horoscopes. That is illegal activity that time recommended by T.S. Eliot here. This tarot card, the image of this tarot card is belonged to the hanged man. Option third is best answer, right answer, the hanged man. This tarot card is belong to the hanged man. Question number 8, the waste in the wasteland signifies. In previous section we studied what does the title wasteland signifies here. Friends, this question is different from that question. Here you have asked here about the waste. The word waste is referred by T.S. Eliot in the poem The Wasteland. Let's see what does he want to say here. He devastating bloodshed of the World War First. T.S. Eliot recommends waste as devastating bloodshed of the World War First. The waste is used for Russian disorder and anarchy before the communism. The waste is used for the emotional and spiritual sterility of Western man. The waste is used for waste of industries polluting river water. The best answer here, the word phrase waste is used for expressing the emotional and spiritual sterility of Western man. Option third is correct answer here. Next question, number 9. Very important question. Let's see, carefully study here. Terraces uttered these lines, and I, Terraces, have for suffered all, enacted on this same divan or bed, just after narrative which of the below given scene. For which scenes Terraces wants to describe through these words. Terraces utters these lines for what type of describing scenes here? Let's see. The first option is Tristan meeting Isolde with Hyacinth flower in the garden. Option second is Apollo playing discuss through with Hyacinth and Zephyr kills him. Option third, the mechanical sexual intercourse between typist and color. And option fourth, marriage seemingly having erotic outings in the mountain with an unknown cousin. Terraces utters these lines for what describing the scene here? He wants to describe the scene about the scene of the mechanical sexual intercourse between typist and clerk. The third option is the correct answer. Another question, that is 10th. The title of part 3rd of The Wasteland is derived from the fire sermon that was preached by against the fires of lust, anger, envy, and other passions that consume men. The third part of The Wasteland is the fire sermon, from whose preaches that section is recommended here by T.S. Eliot from the fire sermon that was preached by who preached it? Jesus Christ, Gautam Buddha, Upanishad, Swami Vivekananda. T.S. Eliot chose its third section as the title, the fire sermon, through the preaches of Gautam Buddha's preaches here. The title of part 3rd of The Wasteland is derived from the fire sermon that was preached by Gautam Buddha is right answer here. The fire sermon against the fires of lust, anger, envy, and other passions that consume men. Next question, question 11. From what is the name a game of chess acquired? The title of the part, a game of chess, is related to whom's quotations, to whom's recommendation here. That is Thomas Milton's A Game of Chess, the Spanish tragedy, Hamlet. What is a game of checkers? The best answer here, option first, Thomas Middleton's A Game of Chess is recommended as a title of the next section of The Wasteland, A Game of Chess. That is second part of the game of chess here. Let's see another question, question 12. The river's tent is broken, the last rangers of leaf clutch and sink into the wet hank. Name the section. From which section these lines have been appeared here as a question? These lines have been picked from the fire sermon, a game of chess, the burial of the dead, or death by water. The river's tent is broken and last ranges of leaf clutch and sink into the wet hank. These lines have been picked from the fire sermon from its first option, That is the right answer. Question number 13 is, what are the roots that clutch? What branches grow out of these stony rubbish? Name the section in which these lines appear. From which section these lines appeared? Another similar question, but section is different here. From the poem The Wasteland, what are the roots that clutch? What branches grow out of this stony rubbish? These lines have been appeared from A Game of Chess, The Burial of the Dead, What the Thunder Said, Death by Water. The best answer and right option is second, The Burial of the Dead. That is right option, The Burial of the Dead. From this section, what are the roots that clutch? What branches grow out of this stony rubbish? These lines have been appeared. Next question. Beating obedient to hands. Options are lax, controlling, sympathetic, obedient. Correct answer here. Beating obedient to controlling hands. Next question. Question number 15. Flabbers is Amazonian, French, Phoenicians, Hebrew. Belong to the section Death by Water. Such character is belong to the section Death by Water who drowned during his voyage. Fables is belong to options third, Phoenician sailor. Question 16. Mile was a battle in what war? In the Wasteland poem, Mile belongs to a battle. What type of battle recommended here? World War First, the Crimean War, World War Second, the First Punic War. Mile belongs to, in option fourth, the First Punic War. Mile belongs to the First Punic War. Next question. What is the Unreal City? Unreal City may be Moscow, New York, Prague, or London. T.S. Eliot mentioned London as the Unreal City. The most important question here. Next question. Each man in the crowd fixes his eyes before his. At the London Bridge, the narrator Terraces describes about the crowd. Fixes his eyes before his. Companion face? No. Walking stick? No. Hands? No. Its right answer is in option fourth, feet. Each man in the crowd fixes his before his feet. That is correct answer. Question 19. What does Madam Society not find in her pack of cards? Which type of cards she doesn't find in pack of her cards? The Lady of the Rocks, Belladonna, the Hanged Man, the Wheel, the One-Eyed Merchant. Option second is right answer here. The Hanged Man's tarot card she doesn't find in her pack of cards here. Next question, question number 20th. What fills all the desert with inviolable voice? Whose voice is recommended as inviolable voice that fills all the desert with inviolable voice? Maybe the nightingale, maybe the swallow, maybe the sparrow, maybe Dinah. That's the right answer here. The nightingale's voice fills all the desert with inviolable voice. Next question, question number 21. Which poet does Eliot quote at the end of The Burial of the Dead? Question number 21. Which poet does Eliot quote at the end of The Burial of the Dead? In the section Burial of the Dead, T.S. Eliot mentioned one of the poet's name. quote. Who is that? Rimbaud, Baudelaire, Saint-Just, Hugo. The best and correct answer is option second. Baudelaire is that poet whose quote at the end of the Burial of the Dead mentioned by T.S. Eliot. Question number 22nd. Whom does the narrator call at the end of the Burial of the Dead? Terraces, as a narrator, found his friend among the crowd at the London Bridge. Maybe Purfoy, Sivani, Stetson, the typist. Its best and correct answer is Stetson, option third, found by Terraces, narrator, at the end of the Burial of the Dead of the section of the poem Wasteland. Next question. Question number 23rd. What drags its Slimey belly on the bank? Which type of animal has been used as symbol Slimey belly at the river of the London banks? That is option first, rat. Slimey belly is represented as that animal, a rat. Option first is correct. Question number 24th. The last question of this set, MCQ sets of the last question, is 24th question. Consider who was once handsome and tall as you. In which section of the poem does that line appear? From which section this line has been appeared as a question here? From the Fire Sermon, A Game of Chess, The Burial of the Dead, Death by Water. Consider who was once handsome and tall as you. The right correct answer is question number 4, Death by Water. Who was once handsome belongs to the character Phoenician sailor who drowned during his voyage. That is correct answer, Death by Water. Consider who was once handsome and tall as you belongs to the section Death by Water. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new videos updates regularly. Our next videos, T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland MCQ set 3rd, we will publish very soon. We will provide 100 questions about this poem, MCQ questions for preparing the examinations of school lecturers and other literature examinations. Please like and share. Subscribe to my channel. This is Siddharth's Literature House, RPSC School Lecturer YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Goodbye.